Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another exhilarating edition of Operation Magic with me, James Kemp, and my sidekick. Well, he's not my sidekick. He's like my best friend right now, Josh Dunn. I will never call him a sidekick. We're not like Batman and Robin. I think it's like 1A and 1B, wouldn't you say? How would you feel? How do you
Right.
feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't think people put respect on Robin. However, I think we got two main characters right here,
We
though.
do. We really do. And I, Josh, we have a great topic tonight, don't you think? I mean, I pitched it to you. We actually, funny thing, I thought about it.
My favorite
Before
thing.
we came on, it hurt. It hurt a lot. I ate a lot of crayons today. I don't have any nearby. I
No,
can't really
right
help
here.
that. Um, but we were joking around today in the text about popcorn buckets.
Yeah.
And then I mentioned churros and popcorn buckets, and there was a meme of Billy Madison on the golf cart pointing, and that is how I felt about this topic. Mike, oh my gosh, when I wrote the three topics that we kind of choose from, so I kind of give us three, we kind of pitch them back and forth. And you brought this one up. I'm like, oh, this is actually brilliant because this ties into everything that we've done today. Talked about just on and off. Also, go to our Instagram page. I have to plug it right at the top of the show. We have a great Instagram page. You want to talk about it?
Sure, man. We just hit 150 followers today, which for us, that's huge. That's
That's
huge.
huge.
And for anybody listening that's a small content creator, you cannot get focused on the big creators that you kind of look up to
No.
because their numbers, they also grinded the same path that we're doing. So you got to take small victories. You got to win little battles before you're going to win the war of, making it in the, you know, entertainment podcast space. So we're claiming our little pocket of space a little bit at a
I,
time. And I
I'm
was pumped today to see
Oh,
150.
dude, I saw that 151. I was like, oh, I got a drink tonight. We got 151, and it makes me feel a little Tech Nine in my soul right now.
Should have
But
bought
the
some
fact that
Bacardi.
I actually have Bacardi. It's actually that's what I'm drinking right now.
Bacardi
Bacardi.
151.
I'm drinking Bacardi and Sprite tea. No,
Nice.
it's great. It's a great taste. But also another cool thing that I found out today before we get going. We are trendsetters. We
Yeah.
are trendsetters. We connected with a fellow podcast that'll be launching in January. We'll talk about them at a later date, but they're also going to be veteran dad podcasters. So to say that we were the first is
From
saying
what I
it.
can tell, yeah, from what I
Yeah.
can see, I mean, and unlike most creators, I encourage all kinds
Yes.
of people to share this
Oh
space because
man.
we need more veteran dad, Disney loving podcast hosts. Because if we're any sign of what's to come, we're gonna have a lot of good shows to choose from, a lot of good
Oh
content to watch. It's gonna be great.
yes. And I have one disclaimer that I have to throw out there because this is a thought I had because we're part of two shows.
Mm.
Any views I express on this show are explicitly my views on this show. They do not hinder or hurt sharing the magic. They have nothing to do with this show, and this is our show. What I say there on those interviews, that is strictly sharing the magic, and I want to make that very clear to people because I know there can be some overlap. There might be some guests, but my views here are strictly my views here, and I want that to remain that. Is that fair?
Yeah, and my views are my views
Yep.
that I view the way I view it. Tracking.
100%. I'm tracking. So no, I had to make those disclaimers before we get
It's
going. I
fine.
want to make some
Fair enough.
excitement announcement,
Fair enough.
exciting announcements. I can't talk right now.
Independent amendment.
Yeah. I sound like a South Park character. Different medium, different product. However, we're having a good time tonight, as you can tell. The topic is, guys. This is as you can tell, I haven't dressed up for it. He's got a rum barrel, which we're kind of there because you can drink in the parks now, and that's fair. I've got a story about that later on. Hey, I love it. It's a pirate shirt. It's fair. Um, Also, Josh, do you want to tell them about my gray shirt? Because I knew when I showed it to you, you put a smile on your face before we get going. Underneath,
Look, man, the one thing that really made me smile is that red truck. That's
the
the one
red
that made me smile.
the red
Oh,
truck.
underneath. I'm looking at the one on top. Your shirt you went on top. The shirt you went underneath. You want me to talk about?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, the mansion shirt. James has been a liar this whole time. He's actually never been to Disneyland. He's actually an avid Disney World goer, and that's where he got the shirt from.
No, no, no. So I have a Haunted Mansion shirt underneath this. It's from Disney World. It's during the 100-year anniversary that we had going on,
Yeah,
and at the Woodburn, at the Woodburn outlet here in Oregon, they were selling. It was on clearance. I was like, dude, I'm getting it. It's
you made it a
mansion.
long way.
Yeah,
Made it a long-
it came from Florida, and it's a mansion shirt. Oh man, man, oh man. And I also have I have something I'll talk about with you online about maybe a future giveaway.
Oh,
Oh,
oh, I would love
oh
to
yeah.
give some stuff away. I
So
actually
I
plan
love
on
it.
going to the Lakeland Antique Mall in
There you go.
Orlando. Don't know if you've ever heard of that place,
I have. I
but
have.
it is massive, and that's where I plan on actually going in 2 weeks to just stockpile a few giveaway things because
Yep.
I'm a big fan. I mean, too big of a fan, I think, of giving shit away. So,
So for me, what I just did, because there's a future episode, there'll be an unboxing that Josh is getting. I just gave away
yes,
my giveaway stuff because Josh, I found out, is an avid pin trader, and I had some stuff that I was supposed to do an event,
try.
and I was going to do it as giveaway, and
I
I
got it.
sent it to him.
I
So
got it. And when
yeah,
that
he
comes
got
in, I think we'll discuss how what medium we want to
yeah.
do this unboxing because it could be a
And
fun a few different ways. So we'll see.
yeah, but we'll talk. But giveaways are in our future. There's a lot of big things in our future, but we're talking future stuff. We got to talk right now. You're talking this red truck. That's the Incredibles truck. I love that truck. It's one of my favorites on here. You got a bunch of Pixar stuff on here, but I
One
had to
down.
wear it.
Pizza
Yeah.
Planet.
Oh, the pizza. Yeah, the pizza. Oh yeah, that one's great too.
Toy Story, baby.
I do like the frozen lemonade cone. You know the lemon cones.
That's pretty cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that.
So that's a great. So I wore it tonight in honor of our topic, and that is the food experience within the park. So we all know the parks are their own experience. Each park is their own thing, but there's always the experience within the experience, and there's multiple of those at Disney. But we're going to tackle one tonight, and
Food.
why it tops it all, food. And I know, Josh. I said this topic. I knew his heart was like, yes, we're talking food. I'm like, yes,
I'm
we
so
need to.
hungry right now. I'm so hungry right now. So this is gonna
So
be
that
brutal.
this is yeah, me too. And there's some food that I missed that they moved different places that we may talk about. But the experience of food has been there since day one. And I can tell you from Disneyland's perspective, it was either have water or Coke or popcorn. The cement wasn't dry, but guess what? We had plenty of Coca-Cola product. So that's you think about it. It's been ingrained
For
in the
sure.
ties of Disney forever, and so the experience has changed over the years. I remember when McDonald's was a sponsor in the parks, and you also had Pepsi and Coke sponsoring an attraction and something else in the parks. I remember all it. It's been a whole thing through my whole lexicon of Disney and the whole experience of going to the parks and eating. Like we said in the one of the previous episodes, the smells they get you. It's that, and then you get that satiating taste, and you're like, oh, I have to eat something. Like before you get on your first attraction, you're trying to find food. Yeah, it's
Oh,
I don't even understand it. It's just a mental mind fuck. I'm going to say it. It's a mental mind fuck, straight up. How do you feel?
I attribute it to how it feels to come home from being deployed, where while you're deployed, you are dreaming
Oh
of
gosh,
whatever
yes.
food you can
Mm-hmm.
have because all the
Yep.
food is bland and it stinks. And
Oh
you're like,
yeah.
and that's the closer my trips get, I start feeling that way, where I make that same connection where I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna be there in 3 weeks. I'm gonna get
Mm-hmm.
this and this and this,
Yep.
and I start like just getting myself psyched up. But what I want to dive into a little bit and discuss is gonna be a bridge between a future topic, actually one that was on the menu tonight, on the menu, um, and that's like the how the food is used to be immersive also. Um,
Yes. Oh
and
yes.
how we've had on our show Sharing the Magic, how we had um, Mr. McManus on, and he used music, and you take I don't know like Galaxy's Edge with the milk being blue,
Yep.
right? And you have all these little things that Disney does. They could easily just sell the stuff normally how it's normally packaged, but they take that extra time and spend the extra money
That-
to theme it.
okay. So I have a question, and this ties into the other topic. And
Sure.
you know what? We could almost kind of do two topics in one tonight if you really want to, because they really tie hand in hand. And we only have an hour to do it. If we have to do part two, I don't mind doing a part two. The fact
Okay,
is,
let's see how far food takes us. Yeah.
yeah. So here's what I'll say. Because when you said that, I have this vision, and I don't know if you guys have Adventureland, but you might have something like this at the park. So I know when I go through I go through Main Street. Yeah, the Main Street smells are amazing because I always get ice cream on my way out at the Penny Arcade, at the Gibson Girl Ice Cream. I have to. It's just like a thing. But when you're going through Adventureland at Disneyland, you wrap around the corner, and then there's the Dole Whip stand, and then you
Hmm.
got the smells of that, and then you go around the other corner, and there's Bengal barbecue. And you get hit with this smell, but you also get hit with the vision, and you smell like this tropical smell. It's like this whole scene, and you're like, I would smell this in an outdoor market. It was somewhere in the jungle, walking through there, and then you taste the food, and you're like, oh yes, this is something I would get. It's really got this Polynesian-y flavor to it, but it is something that I would find in this area. You're like, oh, what is going on? Like your brain is putting two and two together, and I love the psychology in that because it makes you want to sit there at the Dole Whip place, that the hideaway that there by the Jungle Cruise, and you sit there and you watch the Jungle Cruise boats go by, and your tropical hideaway, and you're eating your
Bro,
Dole Whip. You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about, man, because it's just like for us, like as far as I know, and if you are like super knowledgeable of this, you let me know if you're a Disney World fan. Turkey legs are only in Adventureland.
Okay.
Where when you wrap that corner, that's the only turkey leg stand that I can recollect in my brain. I
Wow.
don't see it anywhere else, and it's also next to the barbecue joint, uh, Peso Bills, right? So you have Bills,
Okay.
which is tacos Mexican, that like it's like saloon style restaurant, and
Okay. Okay.
and you have each of these parks within the park, the different little areas they match perfectly.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm not getting like a burger and fries in Adventureland. I'm getting like a turkey leg or a barbecue sandwich or something a little bit more
Okay.
west. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
wild, wild west feel, right?
Okay.
And then when you have Liberty Square, the food changes, and then when you get back to Main Street, it's more of your. I think Main Street food to me is more of your theme park food, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
Like your
Yes. To
carnival
some degree.
food, your more like I call it the cheesy food because you also have the hot dogs, the popcorns,
Okay.
like the ice cream shop,
See,
those.
our main street doesn't do the hot dogs, but we do the popcorn, and we'll have we do have like little restaurants like
Right.
on Main Street, and
And we
but
have Casey's Corner
yeah,
right there
so
on the
yeah,
corner of Main Street.
yeah, yeah. So yours, that makes perfect sense. We have
Wow, they're so good too. It's so good.
we have Coke Corner, but it's the Jolly Holiday Bakery. Oh man, Jolly Holiday. But we also have right down the corner the Little Red Trolley, which does do corn dogs. So that is our version, kind of like what's going on there. Um, the one thing about our Main Street that I love about the food is the Plaza Inn, because Lillian designed it, and it's all her style, and it's the fried. Oh my gosh, the fried chicken or
Oh,
the pot roast. Oh, but that fried chicken, it's I can't even talk about it right now. Fact is, it's so good. That's a go-to. That's a staple in our diet. But like it's really crazy to hear the difference in your Adventureland, because your Adventureland is almost like our Frontierland, because there's two places you can find turkey legs that I can recollect off the top of my head right now, and that would be Frontierland, and that would be um, Fantasyland, right there by the Matterhorn on the backside there, where you can get your corn on the cob
right.
and your chimichanga, and the same thing. They have the same sort of cart over in Frontierland by Big Thunder. Um, so with that, it's a whole different like that. That's crazy to me.
Well, I mean,
How
I
that?
think Frontierland and Adventureland are side by side in Disney World, so a lot
Okay,
of that theming to me overlaps, where
ours is kind of side by side too.
there's no real, to me personally, there's no real distinction that I'm changing from Adventure and Frontier go hand in hand
You're
compared to
right.
like
Yeah.
Tomorrowland, where
No, 100%.
it's a whole different experience. So
Yeah.
I believe in Frontierland you could probably get the same, you know, the same stuff, but like Frontierland, like Peso Bills is on that line where
Yeah.
you make a left by it and you're in Adventureland. So it's on that
Okay.
Frontierland, Adventureland
Okay. Okay.
kind of line by Splash, before Pirates. So that's like, but to me, there's no difference between in
Okay.
Adventureland and Frontierland. The theming of the food is
Yeah.
pretty much the same.
I
Yeah.
no no I can agree with that. So ours is a little bit different. So we'd have that line of debarkation where you go through the fort into the wilderness. We
Right.
have that. But what we have that is different is we are what we used to have. It's not a pin trading shop. It's Westward Ho Trading Company. It used to be a fudge shop. It's not there anymore. Then we have shops, and you go around the corner, and you have oh gosh, I can't now. It's going to slip me. It's a Mexican food restaurant. It's one of my favorite places at Disneyland. But oh my gosh, food's really good. But it's kind of the same thing as Pecos Bills. It's you're doing that. It's sort of you get that Mexican food, and then you go around the corner. You have it's all Frontierland. Then you go that way. Then you make your left down into New Orleans Square. If you don't go into Adventureland, you make that into Rivers of America down into New Orleans Square. Which I can't talk too much about New Orleans Square because the food there is really good, and I'm really upset about something they took out. Talk about that in a minute.
Mm.
Um, but you brought up Tomorrowland before I go to New Orleans Square, and you have surprised some stuff that can combat this. We have the Galactic Grill. I don't know if you guys have a good restaurant there, like a little quick service restaurant, but I found their breakfast burrito to be the best breakfast burrito for whatever reason in my head. And like you said, there's something
Really?
about it. Yeah, you just think about it, and you're talking about you think about certain things you go there for. And one morning, I got up, I rope dropped before everybody else. I'm like, man, I didn't even eat. I need something, and I was starving. I went to Tomorrowland, and there's the Galactic Grill, quick service. I'm like, oh, what do they have for breakfast? I've had their breakfast bowl. It's good, but this burrito is this burrito wrapped with scrambled eggs, and
So
sausage,
that sounds good.
bacon, and hash browns, all wrapped in a burrito, and they give you La Valentina salsa with it. And I'm like, this is a win in my head. I don't know if it's a simpleton marine mind of mine that takes me back to like you said, like
Very
right.
selfish. Mm.
No. However, only an Air Force guy talk about that sausage in the
I,
middle of
I
a
I'd eat
conversation.
eggs and sausage.
Oh,
I
dude,
would.
oh it's so good. And if you ask for a side of gravy, they might charge you, but dip in the gravy. Yeah, I saw that look. The you can get that without the tortilla. I think it comes with gravy in it too. So you get the
Tortilla.
gravy in it. Yeah, you get without the tortilla, and you get the bowl,
Oh,
and you
okay.
get it all
Deconstructed.
deconstructed without and you get it with the gravy on it. Oh, you can do it both ways. But there's something about the burrito. You get a burrito holding, you just eat it and it's gone.
I
And
love
I get
breakfast burritos.
dude, it works. And for whatever reason, I put a little La Valentina on it, and I'm gold. I'm happy, and I roll. And
Dude,
so that's
yeah,
yeah, that's my thing.
I hate breakfast at Magic Kingdom. I
Why is
hate
that?
it. There's nothing good. Now, there's good breakfast outside of Magic Kingdom, in my opinion.
Okay.
Now, we have a
Well,
Starbucks at the
yeah, we
front
have
of Magic
Starbucks there too.
Kingdom.
Okay.
Okay, that
So is it
Starbucks
inside? Is it
is
inside the gates? Oh yes.
yeah.
Okay. Never mind. It is because it should be off Main
Ours is
Street.
on
And
ours is on Main Street. Yeah,
ours is on Main Street too. Okay, I had to think about that. I had to correct myself.
and every time my wife makes me get in line for Starbucks, and you can book places that are decent sit down restaurants. However, if I want to just go grab a quick burrito like that, I can't do it. I can't do it. Um, Now we do have like I think it's called like Cosmic Rays in Tomorrowland. Listen, guys, I'm not gonna act like I know the Tomorrowland restaurants because I don't like any of them. I've been to them. I don't like them. When I go to Magic Kingdom, I don't eat in Tomorrowland. And if you are sitting down at Cosmic Rays to get that cheeseburger or chicken tenders, we did it last year with my daughter. We will never do it again. It is just not good food for the wait. I'd rather go to Casey's Corner and grab a hot dog, or go to, Bill's or wherever. Tomorrowland's restaurants are to me
See,
a weak point of Magic Kingdom.
I'm looking right now because I wanted to see if there was something comparable to
Mm.
what I described for the breakfast burrito. Because see, here's the thing. So when I go to a restaurant, I'm a chicken fried steak guy, right? And I judge a restaurant by their chicken fried steak.
Mm.
I had a home restaurant. I go there still. I dated the girl when I was in high school. I'm still good friends with the family. The Thompsons are wonderful to me. They named a sandwich after me. It was a chicken fried steak sandwich
Let's go,
because
dude.
I came in there one time with my dad right before my dad passed away, and I go, I want this, and they're like, what do you want? I go, I want chicken fried steak. I go, but I want it in a sandwich. They're like, wait, you just want the garlic bread, the garlic toast on a? I go, yeah, make it a sandwich with the scrambled eggs, hash browns, everything, extra gravy. Make it what it is. And they named it after me. I went in 2 days later. It's called the Kemp. I was like,
Wow,
yes,
that's cool,
I
dude.
win, I
That's so
win.
cool.
So
That's awesome.
yes, thank you, Nikki, for making that happen for me. That was super cool of you. I appreciated that. It was a cool win. My dad got to see my name on a restaurant billboard before he passed away with the sandwich. That was really neat. So I always judge a place. So if they don't have a breakfast burrito in Tomorrowland, not even worth it in my eyes.
I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I mean, that's bakeries and stuff like that. But listen, guys. I'm judging based off two lines. Okay, I'd rather wake up early and go
Okay.
to a reservation for breakfast somewhere good, be not rope drop the park and go in when I feel like it and have a great breakfast, than to eat any of the. I tell people when they take vacations too. Shout out Magic Done Right. My wife's a travel agent. Listen,
Hey, they're
I don't.
our official travel sponsor. So you
I
be
don't.
quiet.
I don't think that. I don't know. I don't think that people should go to the park on an empty stomach and try to find food in Magic Kingdom.
No, I don't.
It's
I
just
think
not
that's
the.
the
It's
worst
just,
idea.
if you have a family, listen, I can do that by myself, right? And I can jump in line at Starbucks and grab a Danish and a coffee and be fine, until
Right.
lunch. But if you got a family, dude, you need to go to breakfast somewhere else,
Yeah.
unless you're booking Cinderella's Royal Table or something, or a character
Dude,
dining,
right? Yeah,
right?
character.
So,
So for us, we have Goofy's Kitchen, and that's good dining. So I was looking away. I was trying to look. I had to
yeah,
try and look. I couldn't find anything. There's
no, it
nothing in
sucks.
tomorrow.
It
Nothing.
sucks.
That's
It
insane.
sucks. It sucks too.
But Goofy's Kitchen is like a good character breakfast, and yeah, it's a good. It's hefty because it's character dining. They all. If you can get character dining, don't be afraid to pay that price because it is worth it. I will tell you that from experience.
100%.
And I that's why I mean at that point, do you care about the food if you're doing character dining? Because it's
Dude,
again
let me,
immersion.
bro, let me stop you there, man. Let me stop you there. For one, let me tell a quick little blurb about my daughter. We're at the
Okay.
Grand Floridian, and the van pulled up full of characters to let them in to the Grand Floridian and go do their thing,
Oh
right?
yeah.
We're out front parked trying to load the car. They all
Oh
came by,
man.
and we had like a 15-minute hangout session with the characters for free. For free.
Oh,
Now that's Disney magic, brother.
that is magic. That is phenomenal. If
And
you're,
now, yeah.
oh man,
So
she expects that every time.
if you're going to character dining for the food, sadly mistaken.
No, the
Sadly
only
mistaken.
place
Average
I can,
food.
the only place I say it's worth it for the food and the experience would be, again, the Plaza Inn for the win. Because the food's good. It's because it's traditional American like biscuits and gravy and bacon stuff that it's going to be average. Or I will give you Goofy's Kitchen too. Goofy's Kitchen is okay, but if you're speaking of your daughter, my boys, we both have kids. I have adult daughters and I have little boys, and we've taken them to Goofy's Kitchen, both sets, right? And to see their faces light up when those characters come out and they're all dressed in chef costumes, it is the most amazing thing. Your daughter would die. She'd be like, "Oh my god."
Bro, okay. Now that we're on the topic of character dining, this isn't quite character dining, but I have to tell you, this place made a 6'3" big dude just ball.
Yeah,
Okay.
ball. Made you
Yeah.
ball.
I was crying. I was crying like a baby. I took
Disney
my
has that
family. I
capability.
took my family to a Roundup rodeo,
Oh
which is
boy.
Toy Story's immersive dining.
Oh, I know where this is going.
And Toy Story to me, as you guys know by now, it's got a special place on the old ticker, the old Disney ticker, right? And like my wife always jokes because the first thing they do is they give kids a horse they can ride in. It's just a horse head with a stick, the old school horse, the toy, right? You can
Right, right.
ride it in, right? So my daughter, she's an infant. I took the horse and I rode that sucker all the way into the restaurant. And the guests around me, they were all cracking up. We were having a great time. And they have a special thing, man, where they do like an Andy's coming thing, and all the waitresses and waiters
I've seen the
just,
videos.
yeah, oh man, and just the atmosphere,
Yeah.
that immersion, and the food,
Oh, I
oh,
bet.
fantastic for what it is. You know what I mean? Like they're anytime you're mass producing food, guys, it's gonna be you're not going to a fine dining where they're cooking it off the grill for you.
It's not a Blue Bayou, guys.
Right. So this was the best character dining, if you want to call it character dining, that
Right.
best immersive restaurant I've ever been to.
I would not doubt that. That
It was
sounds
amazing. We're
phenomenal.
going back again in October, and I can't wait. My daughter, she's gonna lose it because now she's 2, right? So she's cognizant of all the shit going on around her. She's not a baby, you know. So
Well,
I'm
see,
pumped.
again, the immersion, it plays into the psyche. Like,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I've got a story. So my wife, we're foodies. We love food. I cook all the time. I barbecue. I love to cook. I love to do that stuff, right? And they have, Disney has a certain way with beignets, but Goofy's Kitchen had beignets that were like hazelnut filled, that were like big and fluffy. And we went there,
yeah.
and she
Oh,
was like, she's eating them, eating them, eating them. And we went back a couple Novembers ago for the start of the holidays, and they didn't have them, and she was so mad. Oh,
your old
she
lady.
was mad. Oh yeah, she was mad.
Oh
I
yeah.
go, and I tried to warn her, because here's the thing, guys. Don't get attached to things at Disney, because most of the time they're seasonal. And this is something that we're going. This is a good segue into stuff that's now gone too, because there are so many good restaurants that have now been gone from Disney.
I, th-
And
I think the restaurants is easier to handle than the items. By the way, I think restaurants being gone
yeah,
is way better than the same restaurant changing their menu.
oh dude, I 100% agree, because I that's both a good segue to both things, because there are restaurants that I truly wish wouldn't have changed their menu, and there's something like, man, I wish they were still here, but I understand it because they made way for something good. So I'm like, okay, I'm okay with certain things, but oh man,
I don't care what Disney does. They need to bring back Peso Bill's barbecue sandwich. Why, of
oh
all the
okay,
things, do you take away the most popular item on your damn menu?
that
I
is
went
how.
back,
Oh,
bro. I went back there and I told my wife, lead up to the
yeah,
trip, bro, I couldn't stop talking about this fucking sandwich. I couldn't
I
stop. And
I
I
bet
get
you're mad.
out. Listen, I get there and they took this away a long time ago. So I'm
Right,
young.
right.
I'm young. I'm on my third or fourth trip with her. And I get there and I'm power walking, brother. Because I'm ready. We had started off at Hollywood Studios and we went to
Oh god.
Magic Kingdom midway through lunch, and we're like, we're going to Peso Bills,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? So I'm power walking because it's all the way back by Frontierland and Adventureland on that line, and I get there, I'm waiting in line, bro, and I'm like, I already know what I want. So I need to look at the menu. I get up there, I'll take a barbecue sandwich. Now I went, I'll take 2 actually. And the lady's like, we no longer sell those. In my heart,
I bet
my
you
wife,
wanted to
my wife
cry.
looked at me like, oh my god, because I wouldn't shut up about it. Because
Oh
like I'm
god.
from the South, buddy. Like I'm a barbecue connoisseur.
Yeah. Oh
I'm a
yeah.
barbecue guy and a fish taco guy. If you got
Oh
fish
gosh.
tacos, I'm gonna mess them up. If you got any seafood or barbecue, I'm messing it up. So I'm like, where am I supposed to go?
Oh
Where's the
man.
barbecue at? And they're like, sir, we don't. There's no more barbecue sandwiches on the property. Like this is the only place I had a barbecue sandwich. And I'm like, so they have like a everything else to me at Peso Bills was trash because it's like a taco make your own taco salad bar. For one, if you got 1,000 people dipping into a salad bar, I don't want it.
No.
You know what I mean? So I ate their tacos, and it's like normal, just beef tacos and chicken
The
tacos.
This
I
ain't the
was
1990s with a
broken.
buffet.
I was broken, bro. I was
Oh,
broken.
I bet. I bet. So this is how I am. So, dude, I don't know if you guys have anything comparable. So outside of our
Yeah.
Pirates, we had the Royal Street Veranda. It's still there. So it's I don't know what's there now. I can look it up. I'm not going to because it's going to piss me off. Like it's one of those things that will infuriate me to no end. The Royal Street Veranda used to have gumbo. You go up there and you could get all types of gumbo. Oh my gosh. And a bread bowl. Bread bowl gumbo. Oh Lord. That and the Harbor Galley and their bread bowl clam chowder. Like anything in a bread bowl at Disney was winning. But that
W.
gumbo, you could sit there and you could get full and just you would smash it. Now here's the other thing that they took away that I was really upset about. And this
Damn.
is the Golden Horseshoe Saloon. You guys have something similar? I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but it's in Frontierland.
That's gotta be
And,
pay some bills.
no, it's oh gosh. Now you're gonna make me look something up.
I mean, it's like saloon style. Pay some bills.
But yeah, it's a totally different name. Um, give me a second.
Huh.
Golden. Yeah, it's horse like Golden Horseshoe, but I'll like
I'm drawing a blank.
yeah. So that's why I
Nothing
have to
but
look it up.
drinking except for 2 hours.
Oh, that's not. Oh, the Diamond Horseshoe. So you guys have the Diamond Horseshoe. We have the Golden Horseshoe.
Diamond Horseshoe.
Yes, the Diamond Horseshoe.
That's a fancy restaurant.
So yours that's fancy. Ours is not.
I'm pretty
Ours
sure
is
it's fancy. I'm pretty sure
no,
it's
it's
sit
casual.
down.
No. So yours is the Diamond Horseshoe. I had to look it up. It's not about being right because I know it's the sister horseshoe. Because the thing about the Golden Horseshoe, and this is why Disney's so sentimental too, in the immersion. So the Golden Horseshoe, we used to go there as a family. They used to
Okay.
have Billy Hill and the Hillbillies. They were a bluegrassy, fiddling type of group, and they are also actors that do stuff out in the streets of Frontierland. And we used to go there as a kid. And my dad, every time we'd go there for lunch. If we could go there, if we couldn't get in at lunch, we'd go at dinner. Whatever showing we could get in, we would be there. And we'd do it every day. No kidding, every day. And this is the food experience. This is how much the tie to food and Disney is, right? My dad had to do this. And my thing there as a kid, I wanted the chili cheese fries or the chili bread bowl, whatever. Chili and
Right.
fries and cheese and bacon, whatever, right? So, but we always used to sit in Walt's booth. Walt's booth was the one closest to the counter on the lower level, because that was where Walt would sit. And so Billy Hill would get out there, and they get to point of the show. We have some people from here. Let's see where everybody's from, and ask. And my dad would go. He raises his hand. Where are you from? Eureka, California. And my dad say that, and then so it got to a point at the middle of our trip, and they go, where are people from? And they go, oh, we see our friends from Eureka are here again. So it became a whole thing
That's
of
cool.
this. And so when my dad passed away, sadly, I never got to go with him again, with my kids or anything. And I went for the first time after he passed without my kids, and I just broke down like a baby because
Of course.
of all the time I spent there. I want to talk about. Sorry, get vulnerable here. But the fact is the food there. They took stuff off the menu, and I remember vividly. The only reason I remember that is because of the time I spent there with my dad. And you guys have the Diamond Horseshoe,
Never
which
been
is
there.
you should go. You should try. It's
And I
casual
know
dining.
right where it's. I know right where it's at. I pass it to go to Haunted Mansion.
Yep.
So, but
and
I don't like. All right, let me just paint a quick picture for you, okay?
okay.
I'm in that stage. Maybe I'll calm down with my daughter when she gets older, like a little bit older. But
Okay.
I'm not playing in Magic Kingdom, bro. Like I'm there to ride the rides and do the stuff, and I'm eating on the fly. I'm eating quick, and I'm getting back in line for
Yeah.
something. And that restaurant has always looked to me just a bit too higher up than what I need to get. You know what I mean? I'm looking for something quick.
Yeah, so you know what? I'm looking at the menu, and again, guys, I'm going to do stuff like this on the fly during episodes because it's not about being wrong, but I also want to give you wrong information and be like, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But this is something we're talking about food, and I want to make sure I get it right because food's very important to people. And if I get it wrong, I'm going to die in the comments. I don't want to die in the comments over food, and I still might. But this one, it is a little bit more classier. The inside looks a lot like our Golden Horseshoe, but it's $24 per child, 3 to 9 years old, so your daughter would still be free, and it's $44 per adults plus gratuity. But it's like you have a saloon feast, which is
Oh, it's like
roast.
buffet style.
Yeah, so it's like you have roasted
Sharing
turkey and pot
plates.
roast. Yeah, peel and eat shrimp, which is $25, and I'd be in on that. I mean, peel and eat shrimp, crap. But they've got meatloaf, which is impossible meatloaf. They've got beverages. They got specialty cocktails, ciders, wines, allergy-free food. So they have a mix of everything. But you're right. It is a little bit more up there where our Golden Horseshoe is like more quick service. If you want to get in from the heat,
Yeah.
sit down and take a sit through a show real quick.
Here's the problem, dude. Is like maybe the problem is how maybe it's Disney's fault. Maybe it's not my fault because here's what happens is convenience of using my app makes me
Right.
order food from my phone and pick it up from a window and I'm
100.
gone. You
100.
know what I mean? I haven't even thought about sitting down at this restaurant ever.
Right.
It's always
But
just like quick service. I sit down at EPCOT to eat. I sit down at Hollywood Studios to eat. I'll sit down even at Animal Kingdom to eat. I never sit down at Magic Kingdom
see,
ever.
at Disneyland, so I find the opposite for me at our California Adventure, because there aren't a whole lot of places to really want to stop and sit. Like if I'm quick servicing it and there's a spot to sit and my feet are hurting, of course I'll sit and take a 15-minute rest on my feet and eat some food. But you're
Right.
right. I'm mobile ordering. They have a good breakfast shawarma over in our Avengers campus. I love it. It comes with a like a honey sriracha. So, oh my god, it's
I
so good.
promise you one thing, bro. We'll go back to our episode of World First Land. Here's one thing that I think 100% not trolling, not trying to take a jab at Disneyland. This is what I believe. And if you're a World fan, you're going to know where I'm coming from. I think if you come visit me and we meet up at World, I think the vast options and flavors of Disney World will at least let you say that Disney World's got better food as
So,
a
all
whole.
right, this is where I argue because it's so hard.
You're on nostalgia. You're on what you're used to. I
No,
understand
no,
that,
no, 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 no. It's
right?
not even. So I'll give you Epcot because I know the flavors of the world in
I
Epcot,
won't
dude.
even take you there. I won't even take you there. I'll take you to Animal Kingdom, bro.
Oh, you'd sell me at the Polynesian. That
Yeah, in fact, I'll take you to a resort. I'll just
Yeah,
take you to one of the hotels.
you'd sell me, but no, no. I'm not lying because I'm a foodie. But here's the truth for me. It's not off nostalgia because yes, I've grown up there, but I made the comment. I throw back to the comments in previous episodes because bring back the magic. I can't shout out them plenty enough because they've been huge supporters and they made a
Goats.
comment about world versus land. And you can't take the world out of somebody who grew up in world, and you can't take the land out of somebody who grew up in the land. It's really true. But that's summarizing what they said because I likened it to being a Marine and when I went in, and if you were east of the Mississippi, you went to Paris Island. If you're west of it, you went to MCRD San Diego. And if you're a female, no matter what, you went to Paris Island. But the fact is, it's that east versus west mentality. But Walt had a vision on that, and I understand it. We'll talk about that in a different episode about that vision of why that happened. But the idea is we're nostalgia there, and I get that. However, I do look at things from an objective view when it comes to like things I really like food, certain attractions. Like I'm pissed off that they
If you're
took away our Tower of Terror and you still have yours, but you guys don't. You
love it
guys are upset that you have, we have Mr. Toad and you don't, sort of thing. So there are those give and takes, right?
with being a foodie, bro, you'd love Epcot for sure.
Oh, I love
Thousand
food.
percent.
I that's my thing. I do love food. I'll take good food anywhere. Like we have crappy food at Disneyland for sure. Don't get me wrong. But over at California Adventure, we have some okay food, but it's more quick service. Like the Cozy Cone. And if you go back to our app about food, and I made a food post actually on our Instagram, and you can look at it, and you can see the Cozy Cone, and that's quick service as it gets. And man, that's where you get those carne cones and the mac and cheese. Oh, it's amazing.
Oh,
And But you have, Pim's Test Kitchen over in Marvel, Avengers Campus, and you have Smoke Jumpers, which is terrible. Smoke Jumpers is not good food in my eyes. Um, but then you also have the resorts, and our resorts are so tied together. You have the Disneyland Hotel where our Trader Sam's is. You do have Goofy's Kitchen. You do have the couple that are in the new Pixar Pier. You do have the couple that are in you know, uh, the Grand Cow, which I love, and the food's great. But you are right; there are going to be more food options, and I will say that will check a box for me because of the options of food. But the one thing I do say is that what is the good thing about those food that is so likable to you that makes you go there every time?
For
Why are
me.
those your wins? Yeah, why
Okay,
are those your
so let
wins?
me let me start with Epcot, bro. Let me start with Epcot because I think everybody can agree most of the best food in Disney World is going to be held at Epcot, as it
I
should.
I dude, I not even ever going there. I know that.
And like we went on earlier, the immersion is great when you're talking about movies and Disney experience, but when you're able to do it culturally, that
Yes.
is when you transition to each country. When I'm in Norway, when I'm in Japan, when I'm in
Right.
Canada, I mean, dude, I feel like the Rose and Crown is where I like to go when I first get there. I know, guys, I know it takes a little bit out of the, and passing through some stuff. I like the Rose and Crown because it's a pub, and you walk in and you feel like you're
I already like
in
it.
you're in this UK pub.
Okay. I
You know
already
what I
like
mean?
it. You're wearing a pub.
And the pub, I've never been to the UK.
Yeah,
And I
neither have
walk
I.
in that bar, I'm going, I'm transformed. I'm transitioned to a real pub, and each I love that Disney also hires people from those countries to work those
Yeah.
those worlds, right? To work those little sections because um, that just goes. I mean, that just goes such a long way to me. And
No, it
obviously
does.
Japan. I mean, I have a Japanese Bodoga
Yeah.
right here tattooed, and this is in Epcot, this entire building, this entire Bodoga here. So when you when you go to Japan, that Japan to me is probably the most impressive country out
Right.
of all the countries.
Right.
Just because the food there, I love the drinks, I love the culture, and I want to go to Japan. So I think that makes me want to lean more towards Japan being my favorite. But Disney's ability to, when people say I'm going to go drink around the world, I think they truly mean that they feel like they are,
Yeah, no,
which
and
is the crazy part.
yeah, I'm not going to disagree to that by any means. So, you've heard about the vision what originally was supposed to be California Adventure. It was supposed to be Westcott. It was supposed to be
Westcott, yeah.
what so we were supposed to have something like that. What we ended up with was the where Grizzly River is and all of that, the Condor Flats where Soren is for us. And for me being from California, because California Adventure was supposed to be originally an homage to California. Now, had they done a lot of what they originally set out to do and stopped the theming of like giving like certain attractions like the boardwalk area, because it's supposed to be an homage to the old school boardwalk idea of California, what the that attractions were. Some of it was an homage to the redwoods where I grew up. Other parts were Hollywood. So if you were able to keep that without like the IP in it, I think you would have achieved much more than what we got, because we got our small Hollywood studios backlot, yeah, but it was nothing like yours. But had you themed it around Hollywood, like you kind of did when you walk into DCA now, when you see what Walt walked into in 1920s Los Angeles, and you make the corner to our Hollywood Studios backlot or Hollywood backlot or whatever it is now, and you make that to Cars Line. So you started expanding these IPs and stuff. Yeah, you had this stuff that was attractive, but you could have made it so much more culturally to California, like you guys did with Epcot, because there's a lot culturally in California, and they do a really good job tying that in at the Food and Wine Festival. But they could have done a really good job theming that food and attraction. They did it with Condor Flats well, but everything else just seems out of place once you start putting IP on it. You know what I mean?
Right. I 100% agree, and I think it's easier when it's different countries to change into like. I mean, it's. I think like for me, it's harder to say let's make this look like Kansas than it is
Right.
to say let's make it look like Japan
No, 100%.
because our
No,
cultures are so far apart.
they really are.
You know,
You,
and
I think what you'd have to do, and this is just something crazy. You'd have to make it like really southern for it to be like different. You'd have to go really southern or really northern states to get different cultures. Because for me, like, have you been to the West Coast at all?
no, I've
All
been
right.
to Texas is as far as I've been.
Okay. So I'll give you a good example for me. Because back in April, I went to the East Coast. I hadn't been to the East Coast probably since I was 19 when I went to my job school in the Marine Corps.
Okay.
Maybe 18. I was 18, yeah, 18, 19, somewhere in there. So I had been there as in North Carolina. Nothing like, okay, that's North Carolina. You know how the food can be there. It's different. It's okay. Now, when I went there in April, I went to 5 or 6 different states, and the food, like, I go back there and say, oh, I'm just going to get a personal pizza. When I'm saying a personal pizza, I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to get a pizza like this big. No, no. A New Jersey personal pizza is the size of a Domino's medium pizza.
Facts.
And it's just like, what?
I was
I
stationed in Jersey. That's where I was
Yeah,
at.
yeah.
Boy.
So my great aunt lives in New Brunswick, so I was all over that eastern seaboard. Philadelphia, I went and got a cheesesteak. No, I have people in Cali that came from Philadelphia and
So
have a really
good.
good cheesesteak shop. But I went and did a street cart cheesesteak because I had to try it. I'm in Philadelphia. I'm going to
Changed
get
your
a
life,
cheesesteak.
didn't it? Changed your life?
Dude, I didn't realize how much pepper they put in those actual. Dude,
You
that
didn't like it?
no, I love pepper. I love pepper.
Oh.
The next day I didn't like it, but no, it changed. It's good because they put more than just regular bell peppers. They put cherry pepper. They put all kinds of different peppers in there, and the onions. I love it. The cheese whiz. I was all about that, and it was great. I had to drink a Gatorade with it because it was killing me, but it was great. I loved it. The fact is if it'd be almost the same if you came to the West Coast because I brought up drinking, having In and Out today, when we were talking, and you're like, "Ooh, In and Out." I'm like, "When did you have In and Out? Was that in Texas?"
I've had In and Out. I'm pretty sure I've had In and Out like a long time ago. Had to
Oh,
have been. Is there In and Out in Texas?
uh,
I could
as
be
of like
confusing.
5 or 6 years, you may have had a Whataburger.
I may have had Whataburger or Five Guys or something like that.
So In and Out is they have them in Texas now. I don't know how long ago you're in Texas, so you may have, but
It's been a while.
In and Out's like a California staple. I feel like people will prefer Five Guys over In and Out, but for me, it's like oh, but
Well, it's like
California food,
McDonald's, Burger King, right? Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that's the
But
argument.
yeah, it really is. But there's certain foods and things in California like you can only get in California, like Bob's Big Boy, or that's in Los Angeles thing, or like now there's certain things slipping, but certain regional foods like here.
Right.
For here up in the Pacific Northwest, it was Elmer's, which is a little diner. I'm not a fan of the little diners here. I love the East Coast diners. East Coast diners, you get a lot of food
So
for what you
good,
pay,
bro.
dude. But
Yeah,
again, that's the Disney thing too. People don't realize this. You may pay a lot, but when you go get food,
you're full.
you're getting a lot of food.
Yeah, you're
Like
full. You leave full. I mean,
I I make my
yeah.
kids split the kids stuff at Plaza Inn because it is a lot of food and they'll waste it. And it's like my mom and I when I was a kid going through the parks, her and I would split food because it was you get a lot of food for what you get, but the fact is the immersion in the food and when you get into the parks, like you said, Main Street's kind of fair food, but you can't leave without getting ice cream. You really can't. I love a good ice cream. I can't usually leave without getting a corn dog. Now, I have a question. If you had to pick 3 places to eat at Disney your whole trip, where would they be?
Now, am I
Not,
am I am I locked to World? Like, am I locked to Magic Kingdom? Because
I
that's
will,
unfair. I'm not gonna eat there.
I will,
Casey's
yeah,
Corner
no,
three
no, no,
times.
no, 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 no. No, I will give you I'll give you all the world parks with what they have, but you cannot have any of the resorts because there's a lot of resort food.
You're gonna give me Epcot? I'm just gonna stay there.
That's all right. So I'll take Epcot. I'll take
Okay,
Epcot away
that's
then.
fair because
That's
I
okay.
to
Because
be
I
honest
didn't
with
think that's
you,
because Epcot you'd eat there the whole time. I would too. That's not even a lie. I may make my way to Epcot no matter what for food. So what are your three places?
oh shit.
Because I have to really think because I handicapped myself even.
Okay, okay, I'm gonna go with off the dome here. I'm gonna try to be spread out. Okay, I'm gonna go Hollywood Studios. I'm gonna go
Okay.
Hollywood and Vine,
Okay.
um,
Okay.
which is a nicer restaurant.
Okay.
Um, and I don't really eat like that at Hollywood Studios. I'm just trying to pick stuff that takes me out of my comfort zone a bit. My confident one is freaking Yak and Yeti at
I've heard Yak and
Animal
Yeti.
Kingdom, bro.
I keep hearing names. I keep hearing that, so I know that's a place I have to go.
It's so good, bro. Um, and you know what, man? This is gonna be corny. I said this is a cop out. I don't care if it's a cop out. I do it because my daughter likes it, and I'm now liking it even more. I have one here in Myrtle Beach, but I'm going Rainforest Cafe
You know
at
what?
Animal Kingdom, and
I
yeah,
miss ours.
I didn't really eat there in our very beginning Disney experiences, but we took our daughter there, and when you're a kid under 5 years old, that's the coolest shit you've
Yeah.
ever seen in your
Okay.
life.
So
So,
I didn't say you couldn't have Disney Springs, so that's fair. Because I gave myself a
oh
fair
wait, can I have Disney Springs?
no. Because isn't it technically resort?
No, there's no. I
Okay.
mean, if you give
Okay.
me Disney Springs, all I'm gonna do is take off Rainforest Cafe, and I'm putting the all-time best restaurant ever in existence
What is that? I want
of
to hear.
Disney dining. And there's a video out there of me talking about this restaurant. It has nothing to do with the fact that I'm 100% Irish, but it's Raglan Road. And
I'm Irish too, so I'm there.
I'm telling you right now, you walk into Raglan Road, you are transformed. You just pass a portal into an authentic Irish pub. There's
Yeah.
tap dancing on the tables. There's singing. There's dancing. The bars are amazing, and their Irish breakfast shot, if you never had it, comes with the thickest piece of bacon I've
Oh my
ever had.
god.
Never had an Irish breakfast shot? It's one shot part Jameson and butterscotch schnapps, and then one part orange juice. You take the shot, you drink the orange juice, and you bite the fucking bacon. And bro, oh, it's so good. Kim will put the
See,
baby to bed, and I'll stay at Raglan Road. I'll close the bitch down. I'm closing Raglan Road down.
that see I can't. So my thing is I can't take Sam's because I'll do Trader Sam's the same way, but Sam's is Disneyland Resort, so I can't take Sam's.
Okay, but the
But
food there also authentic Irish food. It's amazing.
oh, I do.
Shepherd's pie, shepherd's pie
Dude.
there with
So
lamb.
oh
Stop
god.
it. Stop it.
So for me, I'm part Irish, part German. So I have
No,
this eclectic taste of food,
no,
dude.
you're confused.
My great grandma came from Hamburg, Germany, dude.
That's
And
awesome.
my dad's family. Yeah, I'll
That's
have to
pretty
send you a
sick.
picture offline. I'll have to find it.
That's pretty
Uh,
sick.
there's a picture. You can tell they all came fresh off the boat from Ireland. They're like they
My family
all
did,
look.
bro. Yeah.
Yeah, they all look the same. You can tell they all. You're like, wow. And
We
I
did
did my family.
homesteading in Connecticut back in the
Yeah,
1700s. It's crazy.
yeah,
Crazy story.
yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
continue.
Anyways,
Your food.
so
What you
my
got?
food. So if I have to choose, ultimately, if I go with it's hard because the immersion here, and there's a similar restaurant on the outside that you can get the food a little bit cheaper. And I'm upset because they did change the menu for dinner and lunch. They took something off the menu, so it
Okay.
makes it hard. You have to make it. So I would normally say in this equation, Blue Bayou, but I'm
Drop
not going
something.
to.
I'm
Blue
listening.
Bayou,
Drop
Blue
something.
Bayou, you have to get reservations for, and I don't mind getting the reservation, and I love it. It's good food, but that is not one of my top three. I will take actually Cafe Orleans on the outside of New Orleans, New Orleans Square, because you have the view of Rivers of America. You can get your Monte Cristo still, and you can get your mint julep, bottomless mint juleps,
Here we go.
and
The mint juleps.
I'm all good. So and the thing is I do love the ambience of Blue Bayou because you do have the inside of pirates and that's wonderful. But I would rather have the outside and have the Twain going by or the Columbia, and the canoes even. I love that sound. I love that view. It's also one of my grandma's favorite places to eat. So that's if I'm going sentimental, I'll go there over anything. I
Okay.
talked about Plaza Inn. I don't need to put that on the list. Everybody knows how I feel about that place. So no, I will go though to downtown because kind of like with you, it's kind of something that I have to do with my family, my friends. Splitsville. I love,
I've heard of Splitsville.
dude. Splitsville in downtown Disney. It was perfect when we checked in with my mom and my kids on that 109-degree day. We had reservations there at 5:30. Went in. You get 90 minutes of bowling. You can pay for extra bowling if you want, but 90 minutes. You order your drinks. You order your food. I mean, an hour and a half to
It's
bowl
all
and
you
eat,
need. Yeah.
dude. And it wasn't a bad price. It was, I think, for all of us to eat, it was like 250, and there was 7 of us.
Oh wow, no, that's fantastic.
Or
That's
6
like
of us. So
that's fantastic.
yeah, there was 6 of us, and it was like 250. That was drinks, pizza, bowling,
Hell
and
yeah.
it was great. It was one of my favorite things to do. And then I would be remiss. I had to pick one in DCA too because I talked about my breakfast burrito at Galactic Grill. Don't have to do that, but and I did talk about Cozy Cone, but Cozy Cone no win all day, every day, cause
That's your jam.
because no, yeah, I don't care what time of day it is. It could be 115 degrees outside. I will go get that carne cone that is like a Frito pie in a bread cone. It's all carbs and chili. But you
Oh
can
yeah,
also
well you
get
don't
their
go to Disney eat healthy, bro.
no, or you'll get the mac and cheese cone, and I love that too. So it's like cozy cone. I think it's number 4 or 5. There's like 5 or 6 of them. Like one has ice cream. You have the ice cream cone, and then you have the pop cone, which is popcorn, and you have all these different things. It's cool, and it's all cars themed. Hopefully, you guys get a cozy cone. I hope they don't directly replicate
I
our
don't
cars,
think they
but
will, bro. Just because like
oh man,
we'll
if you
probably
got a
try to do
cozy
something
cone,
uniquely to, you know, each park.
but I do think that those are my 3, dude. I have to go to those
Okay.
places. They're
Now,
important to me.
now, this is where you guys need to let us know what your go-to. Don't need to do 3, but
Yes,
what is your go-to all-time favorite Disney
yes,
restaurant?
yeah,
Because I really want to know because I want to go try some of these places. I like food. James likes food.
yeah. Heck yeah.
We're trying to get some new restaurants in the mix here. Now, listen.
And and
Go ahead.
oh, sorry
Go
to
ahead.
cut you off.
No, you're
I
fine.
was
You're
going
fine. I'm gonna try to
I
play
was
this game with
I
you
was
here in a
going to
minute.
say, oh yeah, I was going to say, oh god dang it. I try. See, he knew what I was going to do. I was going to now, but no. Put in the comments what you like. Also hashtag veteran. If you're a veteran, we'll read the comments first. But the other thing this is eventually Josh and I are going to end up at one another's parks,
We are.
and we are going to have to try these foods because we didn't even touch Star Wars. We haven't touched Galaxy's Edge. They've got their own unique food, their own unique immersion. Olga's is wonderful. I love it, but we'll have to do like a food tour of places we go eat. If I go eat around the world, drink around the world with him, he comes to California, and
Well,
we can go do
that's the
that
thing,
right.
bro. That's the future content we're talking.
Yeah,
When we both
we
can make it happen, I am going to 100% record with James if he comes to Orlando, and I'm
yeah.
taking him to everything I just mentioned, especially Raglan Road.
Oh, I would
I
love
know
it.
I'm carrying this dude back out of there. I know it. I know it. I know it. And listen, real
Hey,
quick, I just want to say thank you to that last follower that
who
put
was
us at
that?
152.
Oh, okay.
I'm probably gonna butcher this name, but it's AF and Life for me. So thank you, AF and Life for
Okay.
me for the
Hey,
152nd follow on
hey,
the
152
gram.
guys. Hey guys, hey,
So
thank you. Guys, we're celebrating small wins. You guys, every win is a big win, but
we're
we're
typically
trying to do
recording too at
round
like 11
numbers.
o'clock, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you're on Instagram and you just saw us and it's 10, 11 o'clock at night on a Friday or a Saturday, most likely we're recording. And if I see this shit pop up, I'm gonna say it right now on the
Heck
video.
yeah.
I'm gonna call it out and be like, "There's some support happening right there, and you're part of our video, so welcome."
Yeah. And welcome to the squad. We actually named our crew and our squad, did we not?
We did, we did,
Name them. Tell them.
we did. Well, yeah, it's Operation Magic Squad, baby.
Yeah, we're a squad. And we're
So
creating stickers around each squad. What park is your favorite park? And whatever your indication is, you can buy both. We don't care. We'll
I'm
even give
buying
them
them
out.
all, and I'm
Yeah.
stickering the whole thing. And I'm
We'll
trying to
stick.
get these stickers done and ordered, hopefully before I go to the park in October. So if I see you
Yep.
in the park in October,
Yep.
guys, if and we'll post lead up to that. If we get the stickers in and everything works out great, and they're awesome, and we were happy with them, I am going to give out every single sticker we got
Yep. And
to whoever I see that wants to be a part of this squad.
I
Got you.
sent him the prototypes today, so he has them in
I
his
gotta check
hands to
them. I
look
gotta
at,
check them.
and he
Gotta check them
will.
out.
So that they're in his hands, guys. The first set of Operation Magic merch is on its way. We're working. We're working, guys. Because
We're not playing around, bro. That's what
no,
you get with two guys who are military veterans. If we're anything, we're highly motivated.
oh yeah,
And if and the downside to that is we're hyper focused on one specific task. And right now, and for the foreseeable future, this is that task. I am obviously we have our own lives outside of this.
yep.
However, this is my hobby. This is my side gig. This is what I love to do when I get home from work. Hop on here and record
Oh
with the boy. And I know he loves playing my games. I know he
yeah, I
loves
do
playing
too.
the MMA.
And but see the thing with me as I have kids. I'm
You
retired. I'm a
poor
retired
thing.
veteran.
Oh,
I do a lot of radio stuff. Again, outside lives. I'm also in the middle of like 6 pre-records for a radio station I work for. So there's a lot going on here. But I do it because I love you guys. I love being a part of this with Josh. We've developed a good rapport, and that was very
dude.
evident from that very beginning of STM that we had that. And now that we're here and we're hyper focusing on you guys as our hobby, imagine what it turns into when it's not our hobby.
Dude, I
Think
mean,
about that.
yeah. Look, a tiny bit of background before we get into the game. James and I have been on opposite sides of the country trying to figure out how to make this same idea work without knowing each other.
Yeah.
And STM brought us closer together where we could kind of meet each other, figure each other out, and kind of in the back of our heads go, hey, I think something could probably happen with a little duo team up here. And we tried it. We liked it. We both decided we're going to commit to it. And like the show or not, we're going to be in your feed, brother, for sure.
Yeah.
So
100%.
now I'm going to hurt his feelings a little bit before we get off
Oh
the show
man.
tonight.
Okay.
Now, I
All
had
right.
James get
Let's.
pen and paper ready. I will edit this video for you guys. You'll see the names pop up on the screen between his head and my head. You
Gosh.
won't have to worry about keeping track.
Okay.
But I had a unique
All
idea.
right.
And guys, if this has been done before, it's news to me. I can't find it anywhere. So,
Here we go. Trailblazing again. Being trendsetters.
dude, this is a variation of Keep Five, Cut Five. And now
Oh.
it's a popular game. I was listening to TikTok driving home. That's what I like to do. I don't watch TikTok. I listen. Put my phone in the center console. Don't trip on that. Now, I listen to the Breadbasket podcast, right? And they're playing Keep Five, Cut Five, and I'm listening to it going, oh, this is funny. And then I had a flashback to the reel I posted about Scar, Killer Mufasa. And I thought,
Oh.
what if I did a Resurrect Five and Keep Five Dead of Disney deaths?
Oh.
So I compiled 10 characters that have died in the Disneyverse. And you get to resurrect 5 of them, and you get
Oh.
to just look at the other 5 and go, no, you're
Oh. I
staying
get.
dead.
Oh. This
So,
is rough.
what I want you to do, I'm going to list the names. I think the
Okay.
best thing for you is to list them with no reaction. Don't even put thought into it yet.
No.
Just write them out, okay?
Okay. I'm going to.
And if you need help, like I have little blurbs about them ready to
Oh.
go because you're going to know them all. But there are some that their deaths are so, to me, a couple made me cry. Anyway, we got Bing Bong Sacrifice for Joy from Inside Out.
Okay. So
Okay?
I'll write Bing Bong.
We got Mufasa from The Lion King.
Oh.
Shout out Mufasa, bro.
Mufasa.
Our guardian in the sky.
Yeah.
We got Ellie from Up. And we're branching off a
Ooh.
little bit. As long as Disney owns it, we're doing it, okay?
That hurts. That's a
We
good
got
one.
Kerchak from Tarzan.
Okay.
Okay, and of course we know that's the homie that hated Tarzan at first, the leader of the gorillas, but ended up being like, you know what, I kind of like this dude. He's chill, and then bam, dude gets shot. Anyway,
Yeah.
gotta go. Bambi's mom from Bambi. She didn't do nothing wrong. She's out there vibing, living life,
She did,
joyful.
but
Boom,
you're a hunter.
gone. Yeah, but I don't kill does with their babies.
That is true. Fair.
Yeah, we got we got Grandma Tala, bro, from Moana.
Okay. She
We
was
got
cool. She's
we
one of
got
my favorite characters.
you're gonna hate this one. We got Gurgi from the Black Cauldron.
Yeah, I do hate that.
Dude was all scared the whole movie, running away from everything, and at the end decided, you know what, for my homies, for my brothers, I'm hopping in this fool right here. I'm
Yeah.
hopping in the cauldron, bro.
He did. He
And
self-sacrificed. It's such a good movie. Such an underrated movie.
and if you've ever seen it, I'm gonna spoil it a tiny bit for you. That brother hopped in, and his last words were like, he died saying he had no friends.
Yeah.
You need to stay because you got the homies over here. I got nobody. And before that can be explained, like, no, we're here for you, Gurgi, bro. We're chill.
Yeah.
Dude jumps in the cauldron.
Yeah. Dude.
We got Coral from Finding Nemo. It's Marlin's wife. She made it about
Yeah.
5 seconds into the film. That's a
Yeah.
that's a big blow. We branched off into Star Wars a little bit since Disney owns Star Wars, and then we're going with
Yeah.
Han Solo.
Ooh, okay.
His death by his own flesh and blood,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
willingly put up a no fight, zero effort. And we're going MCU a little bit here. We're going to MCU's biggest on-screen death, in my opinion. That's our boy Tony Stark. At the end, his funeral was devastating, mainly because watching
That
his daughter just go
that
through it.
funeral. That funeral was
So,
intense.
death in Disney happens more frequently than you think. There's a lot more people dying. We could have went Frozen and Tarzan and all, and it
Oh,
was
we
the
could have
parent,
went.
all kinds of stuff. But I
Yeah.
figured this was a good mix to kind of get the ball rolling. And I don't think this has kind of ever been done because you got to basically say to five of these people or characters, like, nah, bro, your story's written, brother. You're staying in. You're staying dead.
Yeah. I know. I have a couple in my head already. And the thing with some of these are they're very sentimental to me because they're characters like there's iconic lines that came with their like with those characters and then there's stories that
Absolutely.
came. So, do you just want me to go with my first one? I'll tell you right off my head that I'm keeping.
Yeah. Can I guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
Guess just for the first one. I'm not gonna guess for all of them. I want to say your first one's Ellie from Up.
Yeah, Ellie from Up was a hard one, but she isn't my overall sentimental. But Ellie from Up is definitely she was the first one that came to mind. Um, that movie, I don't know how it does for you, but man, Ellie was for sure
Yeah,
that
and
right.
a lot of these we don't want to look into too much of how much the death sets up the movie because Ellie needs to die in Up to make the movie the movie. We
Yes,
understand that, but we also don't like to see homie lose his wife
no,
and
gosh
just
no.
go through like an epic spiral of depression and hate
Yeah, life,
everything.
dude, miserable. You talk about
You
grumpy old
know?
man. You talk about Walter Matthau and grumpy old man. There you go, right there.
Yeah, there he
That's
is.
it. Yeah, right there.
That poor dude.
Um, what was your first one that you kept?
My first one I kept is gonna be Bing Bong because Bing Bong's sacrifice was so selfless in the fact that Joy didn't even notice because they were trying to launch that mug all the way up and they kept falling short. And Bing
Yeah,
Bong knew he had to jump out the cart, bro, to send her. And he jumps out and gives it a push,
yeah,
take it to the moon for me, and fades away. Brother, brother. I mean, I want to bring Bing Bong back just so he can like see that it worked out, that it all worked out,
yeah.
because
I can see that. You know what the
because
funny thing
that
is?
one crushed me, bro. I was
That
sad.
was my that was my first cut. Was Bing Bong.
Really? Okay.
Because all right, I love him as a character. One of my favorite characters. And that death, like you said, it's a sad death. But
It's sad, yeah. Yeah.
but the sacrifice thing is a theme that we see within the Disney universe, regardless if it's Pixar, regardless if
Yeah.
it's so. And Bing Bong is no different to me than almost like Coral in a way. She set the movie so. Coral and Ellie are supposed to be almost one and the same, but Ellie is a much more impactful character than Coral. You know what I
Right.
mean? So that would be my second cut, but my second keep would be the one you mentioned earlier, the man, the myth, the legend, Mufasa.
Fossil. Homie didn't
That was
deserve that either.
no, but that was the first one impactful like Disney death that I can truly kind of remember. Besides Bambi's mom,
Right.
everybody remembers Bambi's mom, and for me though, Mufasa, like that's your dad, and I don't have my dad, so losing like that even now hits me even harder when I'm laying there with my sons, and I'm like,
Right.
dude, this is even harder
Right.
now because like I was in a pivotal time in my life when I was an adult raising little babies where I needed that advice, and like Simba, he didn't get that. He had to do it in his own way, and I was thrust into fatherhood and manhood in that parallel way, and it really hit me in a different way. I'm like, oh my god. And then so like when your own brother kills you and then tries to kill your son on top of it, come on now,
And and
homie.
let's and let's be clear, bro, with Lion King, because a couple people confused out there a little bit, bro. Don't forget if you watch Mufasa, Taka, aka Scar, tried
Mm-hmm.
to kill him again in the origin
Yeah.
story. He
Yep.
set him up, and then had a change of heart at the last second, which earned his scar. But I mean, Mufasa told him straight up, bro. Listen, I'm gonna forgive you, not
Yeah.
murk your ass right now, but I'm calling you Scar for the rest of your life. And he accepted that. Now, and Disney's vicious sometimes, bro, with their films because they couldn't just let Mufasa die.
No, they
They
couldn't.
had to have Simba try to wake him up.
Dude, at when
He
I
just
saw that
couldn't die.
movie, the first time
Simba could have ran off. You know what I mean?
the
But he's
dude,
pushing on his ass.
do you want to
Dad,
the first time I
dad.
saw that movie? First time I saw that movie, I was 9 years old, 10 years old, and fourth grade was right by the holidays. And the soundtrack was a big deal.
Of
Fourth
course.
grade, we're getting ready to go on a holiday break, and they said they want to play it. And over the course of a couple days, because the couple days before break, you're not really doing anything but watching movies and doing parties and everything else. And they put that on as like a fourth grader, and I'm like, oh, this is fucking horrible in my
It's
head.
tough, man. It's
It
tough.
was so
And that's the only time in the soundtrack actually that Zazu is referred to as a hornbill.
yeah, yep.
Anyway,
So
okay.
what were your what was
Hold
your
on,
next
let's get it.
keeping and cut?
Okay, so I'm keeping Ellie.
Yeah, of course you would.
I'm
I knew
keeping
you
Ellie,
would.
and that's just for my own personal reasons, bro. I was really close with my grandma.
Yeah,
See, I'm not close with my dad. My dad's still alive. My dad didn't really raise me. My grandma raised me, and when my grandma died, I was 18. So, um, when you watch a movie with an old couple that grows old together,
yeah,
and then they grow sick, and then they end up passing away. No matter what happens the rest of the movie, I'm like, bro,
yeah.
bro, come on,
I'm living
come
that
on,
right
you
now.
gotta.
I haven't watched that movie in so long because my grandpa is 92 and my grandma passed away 10 years ago. She actually passed away the night that my
92?
oldest yeah, but
What a
she passed
W.
away the night that my son was born. So it's like I got the win
Oh,
on the
man.
son, but I
Right.
lost my grandma who I was actually really close with as well, and I loved her to death. And so it's like, yeah, that movie,
Yeah.
I didn't even put that. I can't even put that in my head because it's like, oh
Yeah.
gosh, yeah, no, 100% Ellie, 100%. I could see that. Fair.
Yep. Yep.
Who'd you cut?
I'm cutting Coral
Yeah,
because I mean, out of all of them, too, I will shout out Coral for maybe one of the most vicious ways to die. You
yeah,
just get gobbled up by a barracuda. That's kind of a
yeah. That's
shitty way to go, but it also sets you up to like that's life kind of thing. And I think because she wasn't even like on screen not that much, I hope she's getting good royalties from the movie, but she's really not doing much, right?
No,
So there's no
no,
connection there to Coral.
no.
There's no emotional
Eh,
connection.
like I said, her and Ellie were virtually the same character, but Ellie had more screen time because of who her character was. You got to see who she was and how pivotal it was. But the overall arc of the story set up the rest. That was the obstacle within the story for the intention of what it was
Right.
supposed to
And
be.
she's human. Ellie's
Yes.
human, which gives you the human emotion. At the end
Yeah.
of the day, Finding Nemo's a bunch of fish. It's hard to. The one I relate to the most is Crush, dude. So,
Yeah.
I mean, Crush is a chill. If everybody killed Crush, I would have rioted.
Oh,
So,
yeah. You kill
just leave it
Crush.
at
Yeah.
that.
My third keep was Han. Han. Because as a kid, he is my
Ethan
favorite.
Hawke.
I
Okay.
am. This is a sentimental for me, and this is why. As a
Okay.
kid, Han was my favorite character growing up. I
Hero.
grew up. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, he also the story with Han. Harrison Ford thought he should have died in Empire Strikes Back.
Long time
He
ago.
should have
Right.
stayed. He should stay in Carbonite, but they brought him back, and that's fine. And well, even before Empire, they thought he should have died in New Hope. But I like the character. I like the cockiness of Han, and Han's one of my favorite characters. But the way he died by his, again, kind of like, Mufasa dying by his own family member, he died by his own son. His son took a saber and ran it through him. But Han did it through a again, idea of self-sacrifice. This is someone who did not believe in the Force. He thought it was this hocus pocus wizard bullshit.
Right.
If you go all the way back to A New Hope when they pick him up in Tatooine and in Mos Eisley. So when you go that far back and you're like, and then you believe in the Force and you believe that what you're doing is for the greater good and you self-sacrifice to show him that there's still good in him. Because if you look at the change in Kylo Ren after that,
That was a crack.
he realized I killed my own father.
That was
What
a
did
big
I?
crack that started his
His
downfall.
his
You
journey
know.
back to the light, and yeah, exactly. So that's exactly the mind frame. So it's like, to me, that's a big deal being a huge Han Solo person because that wasn't really.
And I think Disney did a good job too because Kylo Ren needed to have a moment of
Mm-hmm.
viciousness because up until that point, he was kind of an asshole. But I
He
mean,
was a whiny bitch.
yeah, he didn't do too much in my opinion.
He reminded
Now
me
Darth
of
Maul would have mopped him. You know what I
yeah.
mean? And not even thought about it. His own
He
Darth Maul would
reminded
have killed his
me.
own dad without even blinking.
Yeah. He reminded me of Episode 2 Anakin.
Yeah,
Kylo Ren did. Just the whininess. Woe is me. Why is everybody? Why am I not supreme leader? Why is what blah whatever this is? And
train you must. I gotta play Fortnite with my friends.
yeah, exactly. So that was my third keep. But you're going to think I'm crazy for this one.
Okay.
But I remember how emotional it was at 3 years old seeing this re-release and on the big screen. But
Yeah.
ever since then, and understanding the dichotomy of life and how mothers will protect their children to no end, Bambi's mom is my cut.
You're cutting. So you went. Okay. So you kept Han.
No, I kept Han and kept
Now
Bambi's
you're
mom. Yes,
cutting. Now you're cutting Bambi's mom.
yeah. And
Okay.
it's not because I'm not a hunter. It's not that I don't have a heart. No, that had a huge impact on me. It actually, in some ways, took the huntsman out of me seeing that as a young boy because I'm like, that hurt. Like I also hunt. Don't get me wrong. But that's where the emotional tie comes in now, is because like I wouldn't want to hurt anybody's mom. I wouldn't want to hurt I wouldn't want to hurt this, that, or the other. I know what the purpose is, and I'll do it for the food purpose. But there's always that spiritual part of you that hurts, right? So for me, it was like I get it, but I also get it in the wilderness too. Moms are super protective. A mother bear will protect their cubs. A
Hmm.
mother deer will do anything, And in that movie, it was served, like her purpose was served for what Bambi needed in his arc, so to keep her dead. But Han, and the reason I kept him was the Force. He started to believe in the Force, and that was what made me keep, because that was what redeemed him. Because that was the redeeming quality in Han, is like he finally started to believe in something that his wife believed in forever, his brother-in-law, and he thought it was just BS, but after a long time and seeing what it did to his family, he finally started to give in and started. And he
Okay.
was for Bambi's mom just served a purpose for him as kind of
Now,
like uh, Coral in a way.
now I agree with you. I I kept Han and I cut Bambi's mom, but for the opposite reason. Um, Being a hunter, I know that mother deer
Mm-hmm.
are actually assholes
Oh, are they?
in a way. The survival mechanism in deer is that a baby will lay down in the
Okay.
grass. I
Yeah.
actually recently, last week, walked right by a fawn because they're still having babies right now in South Carolina.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
walked right by a fawn. I could have pet it. It was so close. Mother deer, in the face of danger, will actually one of the only, like not only, but they're one of the animals that will abandon their young right there. There's plenty of film out there of bear attacks too, where a bear's coming up and they take off and they're like, I can make another one. They're and here in South Carolina, man, they leave fawns everywhere. Coyotes will get them, bears will get them, and so when I
But
made
again,
this list, I was like, I kind of gotta. I feel bad for Bambi, the way the Bambi movie's set up, because it
right,
takes you through like a whole lot of loss and
right, grief
out
and
there in the
hurt.
cold by yourself, shiver and all that good stuff. But she can stay going to me.
Yeah.
So
And now that I know that, she's a bitch. She can stay gone for real. Now,
Ooh, I left her anyway.
yeah, I
Left her
left her
draft anyway.
anyways. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, and I don't feel so bad. Um, Now this one was kind of hard because it got down to the last four, really, right?
Yeah.
Down to the final four, and this next two, I'm going to tell you my cut, and you're going to think I'm crazy. Kerchak.
Okay.
And it's because it wasn't because he was an asshole all the way through the film. There was just no real emotional tie throughout the film to him because of that. The assholeness. There's a lot of asshole characters you can really develop emotions toward, but I didn't like no real emotional tie toward him. But we talked about earlier the hardest death in all of Disney Marvel Cinematic history that you'll ever see in my life, and I cried watching this was Tony Stark. I saw this movie in theaters,
I did
and
too. I didn't think they were actually going to kill him until the funeral
neither did
scene.
I.
I didn't think he
Neither
was
did
actually dead.
I. I was like, I had to pick my drop off the floor and wipe my face because I was like, what? What?
But what a beautiful way. This is like Disney storytelling to me at some of its finest with Marvel. Because
Yeah,
Marvel, you go out, you branch out too far. Some of the Marvel movies are lame.
yeah,
Okay, the MCU's got some weirdo movies. But when you follow along just with the Avengers, right, and you get to that death, he has been painted this way this entire time. And he has been this asshole this entire time until his daughter's introduced. You see that life in him
yeah.
start changing, where he's living for. He declines even working again. He's
I,
like, I'm a
I
dad.
would
Figure it out. You
I
know,
would say even before that, the humanity of him started to show with Peter Parker, because when he started to take on Peter, and
right when he's mentoring Peter. Yeah,
when he's and you go to the Spider-Man movies, and he's like in Dubai, and he's got the suit, and he's on on a FaceTime talking to Peter, like, what are you doing? Like, so it's like this whole father, like, I need you. He's like telling him, I need you to be here because I'm not. Who's going to do this when
I don't
I'm
feel
not
so
here?
good, Mr. Stark. I don't feel
Yeah,
so good.
I don't feel so exactly.
And that killed him too, man.
Yeah.
That loss of Spider-Man to
Hmm.
dust to
Yeah.
dust. I could have done a whole just who went to dust and leave him list.
Yeah, it could have, but the fact is like that whole thing right there. So losing Peter, losing, and then coming back, and the life that he had with his daughter and everything, the whole changing of how just him and his family was growing. Happy was, doing the happy thing. And it was perfect. And then that death happened, and it's just like, what?
Damn.
Yeah, it took a dagger to the heart, dude. That was, And
I
you,
kept I kept Tony as well.
yeah, Tony is my key. I'm happy that they're going to do the story arc with Doctor Doom and bringing him and the whole Secret Wars stuff. So that's going to be a cool story to see how that all plays out.
And
But I
now
do, yeah,
with keeping Tony, I am still glad Tony died in the way that he did,
yes,
because somebody needed, like in any big movie like that, somebody has to be knocked out,
yeah.
right? I mean, they're gonna have to take somebody out, and the
Well, and
most
they did it.
impactful one, in my opinion, is Tony Stark.
Well, the two most impactful they took out Steve
Yeah.
Rogers and Tony Stark because you kill Cap and you kill Tony, and then what
Oh
do you
yeah.
have?
What a beautiful way to kill Cap too, man.
Yeah,
Let
I
him
mean,
live his life. What two different sides of the coin there, man. One gets to
it,
go grow old,
yeah,
and one never sees his kid again.
yeah, and but it's the personality arcs. Steve was always wholesome and this good human being, and Tony was a philanthropist asshole.
Philanthropist. Yeah.
Yeah, asshole who just all into himself. And Pepper was the only one. Pepper and Happy were the only people who could keep him grounded until Tony and until Peter, and Peter showed him humanity. And then when that humanity was shown, he was able to have a family, and by that time it was too late. So that was it's just such a beautiful Shakespearean arc to how Tony dies, and same with Cap. They're both beautiful Shakespearean arcs in two different ways. Now, what was your cut?
Let me see here. I cut. Let's see. I cut. I'm trying to get my mind straight of what I've gone through. One, two, three, four, five. Um, I have on here. Who did I keep so far?
You've kept
Kept
pretty
Bing
much my.
Bong.
We've kept the same list.
Okay.
Mufasa, Ellie, Han, and Tony.
Okay. We've kept
The
Mufasa, uh, Han, Ellie, and um,
Tony. The only thing that we have different is oh no, you haven't no. You didn't keep Mufasa. You kept
I kept
Bing Bong.
Bing Bong.
Bing Bong.
Yeah.
You haven't done
So
Mufasa yet. So I cut Kerchak.
I I have Mufasa being cut
Okay.
because I think it. But after I watched the movie Mufasa, I think it just makes a complete sense of
Oh, it's
the
perfect storytelling.
storyline.
Yeah.
It was a brutal death, but
Hmm.
with this list, I have trouble with the animal characters more than I have with the people, I guess. Um,
Okay.
I
Okay.
mean, my last keep to me is probably my best one, and it's the reason why started this whole idea. And my last keep is Gurgi
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
of
That was mine.
the way he died. He died still thinking that he was alone,
Yeah.
and that to me um, is a perfect segue into what I wanted to be. I wanted to end on Gurgi for me personally, just to say this: the way he died really to me resonates with the problem with like veteran suicide that we deal with.
Thank you for saying this. 22 a day. Thank you.
And
Hashtag 22 a day.
right, and with that, it's like you're surrounded by people that are trying at the last second to tell you, "No, no, man, like we care for you. We want you to stay here," but it's falling
Yeah.
on
Deaf ears.
it's falling on deaf ears,
Hmm.
and he makes that leap because he thinks that he's a lesser of
Lesser
the whole
being.
group,
Yep.
right? And he died still thinking that, not knowing that everybody cared for him. So to me, that one like really hit home because I've lost too many people that I've been not only like acquaintances with, but best friends.
Yep.
And that scene, I never really thought about it. Excuse me. Never really thought about it again until I started this list.
Yeah.
I was making this list and I was like, oh shit, I forgot. Like you kind of just forget. I mean, Black Cauldron is not a super popular
No.
movie, so you forget about it a little bit. And I was like, wait, Gurgi died. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, doing a little bit of research. And I totally forgot about his last little line thing. And I'm like, damn, that hurts, man.
That's killer.
That hurts. Yeah. So he's an obvious keep for me. And you know what? If the list was keep 1, cut 9, I'd keep Gurgi above everybody else.
I no, 100%. And that's funny that you and I have the only difference that we have. Wait, are you telling me you cut in Kerchak too?
Hold on. Let me just go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. So you're
Oh, okay. So I made a mistake. I have to go back here on my word. My apologies, guys. I kept 6 on accident. So I'm
ooh.
about to choose between Han and Tony. So I'm gonna cut Han. I'm
Okay,
gonna keep
that's fair.
Tony. So
But
I'm
I like
keeping
the
Bing
reason.
Bong. I'm keeping Ellie. I'm keeping Kerchak.
Okay.
Keeping Gurgi,
Now,
and I'm keeping Tony.
why are you keeping Kerchak?
Um, at the end of the day, in my opinion, he's doing exactly what he's made to do.
Right.
He
Okay.
has an intruder in his troop
Okay.
that that is that he's trying to like figure out, and
Okay.
he could have killed Tarzan from the very jump if he wanted to. And I
Okay.
get that he has little scuffles with him and stuff.
Right.
It just I hate poachers, and that whole film is based off of poaching.
Right.
So I really just felt bad for Kerchak dying the way he did, getting shot like that. Um, I don't know, it
So
just sucks.
here's how I viewed Kerchak, and his death is very much different than the character I'm about to speak of. He was no different than Aquila from Jungle, because
Yeah,
Aquila did the same thing. Did legitimately, um, have an intruder in his pack. So the only
absolutely,
thing different that he did was sacrifice himself. And but Aquila did the same thing, but Aquila survived. Him and the
yeah,
pack sacrificed for Mowgli.
yeah. And
So
Kerchak
it's
demonstrated
something
that Disney message of like acceptance, right? At the very end,
exactly.
right before
Yeah,
he's dead, he's already
yeah,
accepted Tarzan by his actions too. Of like, okay, even though you look the same, this dude over here has been vibing
yeah,
us the whole time, just trying to fit in. These
yeah,
guys that look just like him are assholes,
yeah,
trying to kill
yeah.
us all and capture us, right? So maybe I had it wrong, you know?
No, yeah, and that's a fair point. And I like your list. We had a very different list, but we're very similar in many ways. But I did take Gurgi at the last, and Tala was my last because I had a tough time with Tala and Gurgi for very different reasons. But at the end of the day, I would take Gurgi if I had 9 and I had to choose one. It'd definitely be Gurgi
100%.
because
Tyler, yeah,
Tala, because you have to think of you're losing a patriarchal figure. And I grew up with a great grandma who had 40 something grandchildren, great great grandchildren, all this stuff. So she's very patriarchal, and losing that figure in our life, it really shatters a family, and you have to go out on your own way. And you have to kind of figure it out because you're now a fractured family that was at hundreds of Thanksgivings and Christmases for dinners, and so I looked at it from the familial aspect, but that's still I found my way. Now for Gurgi, like you said, and being veterans and having friends who have gotten out and lost their lives due to veteran suicide because they didn't feel like there was anybody there who had their back and who cared about them. Which that is not true. There's always somebody there maybe a phone call away. You might have 3, 4, 5 phone calls to that person before you get through them, but they'll always try and make time for you. I know it because to be honest, I had a friend who took his own life, and he tried to call me 4 days before he did, and I wish he would have tried to call me because I sounded I had a sick kid. I couldn't really talk at the time.
yeah,
Tried to call our other buddy,
yeah,
couldn't talk, and then couldn't find anybody else, and nobody would pick up the phone on the other end for crisis help, and he made that choice, and Gurgi made that choice because he felt alone. And no
yeah,
one's alone in this world. You shouldn't feel alone. There's always a resource. There's always someone there. There's someone for you. And Gurgi had those people around him, even at the very end when he, like you said, was feeling alone, like no one cared, and he wanted to show them, look, if you guys don't care, I'll self-sacrifice. And then at the end of the day, it was a lot deeper of
yeah. And
an
if you go
impact.
watch that clip, guys, you can hear the conviction in his little voice when he's
Oh
like,
man,
I mean, the way he says it too, because the whole film, he's this cowardly
yeah,
kind of character, right? And he's believed this the whole. It doesn't make you just realize he's thought this the whole film.
Right.
And going back to like Tala real quick, I don't feel so bad for Tala because Moana sets up a way that her grandmother's always with her,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
she's got that cultural, you go back into the earth kind of thing, and you're
Yes.
part of the water, and you know what I mean. So that kind of makes ease the pain a little bit. She's not being thrown off a cliff by her sister,
Right.
down to a ravine, and trying to shake her awake. And I think Disney knows they can't do that with real, with like human
No.
characters. Only animals.
No. Well, no, they did. They did that. An animal throw a human off a building. They had Beast throw Gaston off the castle.
Deserved.
Well
Deserved.
deserved.
Well deserved.
Asshole.
Gaston can kick rocks. So
Yeah, he can. Yeah,
yeah.
Gaston isn't the best.
No, and that fall too, he fell so far.
So far.
He's dead, bro.
Disney hasn't had a problem sending characters to hell ever. Look at Mr. Toad.
No, yeah, dude. And the way Gaston fell, man, it just cracks me
Yeah.
up. I never really laughed. That might be the only one I've laughed at where I'm like, look at him falling all the way down there.
All the way
You
down there. What a
asshole.
putz.
Man.
What a
But
putz.
great
Oh,
list.
yeah, no,
Great time.
they were good. No, that was fun. And guys, you know what? We said we want to try and keep this to an hour. We always say this pre-show, keep to an hour. Look at where we're at, Josh. But the
I've
reason
been,
is
I've been,
the
looking
games.
when we had
If
50 minutes, I knew we were cooked, bro. I knew this was
so,
gonna
so
take
that,
the
but
game was gonna take a while.
you know what? I don't mind that as long as you don't, because
I don't care.
the games really show our character and where our heart is when it comes to humanality,
For sure.
where we shoot. We try and shoot straight and narrow when we tell these lists. We have our good reasons. We were very. I think we could have been like a lot harder on the ones we kept, but I was very sentimental and like I get it. Though I think the only one that I was like super hard on, besides maybe Bambi's mom at the end, was Coral. I'm like
Yeah.
Coral didn't have a purpose. She got eaten
No,
by
not
a
really.
barracuda.
Not
That
really.
sucks.
I mean,
Sorry.
hiding your things, man.
So I've got one quick thing before we get out of here. It's a quick story. So we're talking
Okay.
about food at Disneyland. I'm going to tie this up in
Yes.
why Disney
Okay.
is better at food stuff. So, and why you don't do stupid shit at Disney because they will kick you out and take your stuff from you. So I was at a Knott's Scary Farm. Knott's Scary Farm right down the road about 15 minutes from Disneyland. If I was in the Marine Corps. Drunk Marine Corps story. Yay, James. So my good friend and her husband at the time, and one of our friends from our unit, we decided we're going to go drink in the parking lot. We got Southern Comfort and Mountain Dew and drinking. You know exactly that. Yeah, it's good, but it hurts coming back up. So little did we know, security was watching us. They're always watching, always watching, always watching.
That
No,
kid's on
so
his fifth one.
yeah, no. So no, so they literally they were watching, and they came and confiscated our tickets, confiscated our booze, and then we had to go tell our higher ups. But we didn't get kicked out of like Knott's. Had Disney caught us doing that,
Gone.
gone. We would
Gone.
have been blacklisted.
They don't play.
They don't. But the fact is, the reason I tell that story is that's the difference that's the Disney difference. That is why you can go to places like Disney and not worry about the food and drinking so much. Because they'll either say, hey, where are you staying? Is it close by? You need to leave now. We'll kick you out for the day, come back tomorrow. If you fight us, you're banned. Other parks allow for gang violence and fighting to take place because they emphasize the drinking. Disney does not. They emphasize the family wholesome idea, the immersion. The food is for everybody. There are spots, yes, that are for adults, and you can have that adult difference, that adult day at the end of the evening when the littles are in bed, or you have a couple of hours where your significant other or your parents are with you and they take them off. That's when you have your time to go have your nocturnal activities and your drinking. However, the fact is that is the difference. Is that's why I told that story, is because Knott's Berry Farm could have easily kicked us out, and they said, "Oh, just go find different tickets." Okay.
Dude, I went to Raglan Road on my last trip. So we're talking a year from now, 1 year ago. And, you know, I go to Raglan Road. This ties into a little bit what we're talking about with the military stuff. I buy 4 Irish breakfast shots right away in a rum and coke. That's my starter. I take 4 shots for my guys that are no longer here,
Yep.
and sip my rum and coke. have a few more shots. I'm a big dude, so I know my limits. But I'm leaving. I'm walking in. I'm floating out. If you catch what
Yeah.
I'm saying. And this is the first time, and I always stay at Saratoga when I want to drink like that because I can walk back. No
Yeah.
waiting for a bus. I walk through Disney Springs, cut across the bridge, get to my room, safe and sound. But a park sweeper um, saw me floating. I'm veering left and right. There's nobody at Disney Springs. I'm shutting the bar down. There's a few people milling out or whatever. And he's like, "Hey, man, you good?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good, man." And we were chopping it up. I didn't realize we chopped it up until I got back to my freaking room.
He made sure you got
So
back.
he didn't even say, "I'm going to follow you back. You're obviously drunk." He just made sure.
You were
I was
good.
telling him, about what I was drinking for, and how my parks were going, how my trip was going. You know what I mean? And he was like, "Oh, that's awesome." I'm like, "How long have you been working here?" We're talking about life, and I'm like, "Oh, this is my building." He's like, "All right, man. Well, enjoy your stay," and then he just wanders back
That's
off.
the Disney difference. Right
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
Right there is the Disney difference 100%. Because any other park, they'd be like, oh, we're going to allow these fighting, then we're going to kick you out, then you're banned. Disney, yes, they'll boot you if you've been drinking, but they're going to make sure you get back to where you need to be. If you've been too rowdy, they'll make sure that like it's either X amount of ban or a forever ban, whatever they deem. But it's not. They don't let it get out of control where it affects the crowd and the population and the immersion and the dining experiences. Because Disney was one of the latecomers to the drinking in theme parks. Well,
Of
everybody else
course, it's a
was.
dangerous bridge to cross.
It is, but when they did cross it, they've done it very elegantly. I would think to some
Yeah, they
degree.
kept us in a bubble on Disney
Yeah,
Springs, pretty
yeah,
much. Because they have the Nomad Lounge over at Animal Kingdom, right? But no one's sitting there all day getting blitzed,
yeah,
right? Disney Springs is that little bubble, and it's
yeah.
it's done in like a tactful way because there's just a few little kids around midnight at the bars of Disney Springs. You
No,
know what I mean? They're all tucked away in bed. It's just a bunch of dads and some moms who have escaped the rigmarole of the trip to try to cool off for a bit.
yep.
You know what I mean? So that the way they did it's smart, and they're doing a good job. And listen, last thing I'll say, then we're gonna close this out, is if you're trying to drink around the world at Epcot, I know half you fools can't handle all them countries, man.
I
Okay,
couldn't.
make sure you're
I
eating some food, man. Take your time. Take your time. Epcot is not a half day experience like it's made out to be. If your goal is to drink around the world, chill out. Take a drink at wherever Canada, Mexico, wherever you start, and get a water. Get a drink, get a water, get some food. Take your time because I've seen too many people at the end of those drink around the world things. I can tell who's trying. I can tell who's trying, and you gotta know yourself a little bit
I
better, guys.
I know. See, for me, I know myself. So, like this one big tumbler right here, right? That I've
Right.
refilled it. I got it about almost to the bottom. I knew it was almost empty, so I just put a little more drink in it. Again, rehydrate. Even if I'm done drinking, I put a little bit of something else in it. It might have a little bit of alcohol still in it, but the fact is I know myself. If I go to a place like that, I am going to get a little snack. Might get some JoJo's or something that's light fare and
Right.
eat and have a sip on a drink and have a water, and I'll walk around and go do a couple of attractions or whatever else, and then I'll go get another drink after that, and that's how I'd want to play it because
Yeah.
I know
Marathon.
myself. You know, it's
Marathon, not a sprint.
yeah, exactly. So no, that's a good point, and I concur because I see people at Disneyland all the time because you can go to California Adventure, get beers and whatever else, and walk around with beer all day, and go to Pim's, and I've seen people. I'm like, you guys are you're wait till the night till your kids are away. Go to the hotel bars that are open. Trader Sam's is open till midnight. You know, hit those places up and have your drinking. And Disneyland, there's so much other hotels off property too that it's all Disney bubble right
Right.
around there. Regardless, you can go there and there's so many other places to drink that you could even get away from that nonsense. Unlike Disney Springs and Disney World, so there's a lot of caveats within that realm. If guys, do it responsibly. Don't make asses of yourselves. And again, tonight, we really do, or today, whatever this gets posted. Also, drop days are Thursdays at midnight.
Midnight Thursday every
Yep.
week. So we've got some gas in the tank in case we're both busy. We say this is episode 6, but you know what I mean. We've got some work already put in, so we're good to go. You'll see an episode here weekly, every night, Thursday night at midnight. You know, and we appreciate seriously all the support, every follow, every like, every interaction. We appreciate you guys, man. We appreciate you
We
guys showing us some love.
yeah,
So
we couldn't do it without you guys. I say this to any show I've ever been on. We could not do this without you, 100%, because we do appreciate any support, whether you're a veteran, whether you're a Disney dad, mom, brothers and sisters, whatever you are. We appreciate every support we get, and you guys are 100% of this, much as we are.
yep, and our main goal is to show you that you know there are other people who have done other things like us being veterans that also share the same love as you guys, as everybody else. So
Yeah,
we appreciate you guys, and we
yeah, and
will
we yeah.
catch you on the next one. Oh, so real quick before I gotta translate, catch you on the next one. So let's just go. That way everybody understands. We go like rah 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 rah. There we go.
Oh,
That way
oh,
that way your boys get it. All right, man.
okay. All
We'll,
right.
we'll see you guys later.
Take care, guys.